Hi students, this is our biology practical session 2. So previously in session 1 we have studied about the dissection of hibiscus flower. So while dissecting we are going to dissect 4 different parts of the flower: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, that I have given you the video also. So here our practical 2 is about the structure of seed. So in this we are going to see mainly about 2 seeds, that is bean seed, maize seed. So this already have given in the lesson seed structure and germination. So we have studied about bean seed and maize seed. So the same thing we are going to see in the practical 2. First is about bean seed. So bean seed, it is a kidney shaped, both convex and concave. So bean seed, they are kidney shaped with a convex and a concave side. The next is seed coat. It consists of the testa. Testa, it is the outermost layer of the seed, which is hard brownish covering. So what is the function of this seed coat? It is going to protect the delicate inner parts of the seed from injury and also from the attack of bacteria, fungi and insects. So the very next layer which is present to the testa is the tegmen. It is a very thin layer and this also acts as a protective layer. So the shape of the bean is kidney shaped. It has both convex and concave side. Next is about seed coat. Seed coat has 2 parts, testa and tegmen. Testa is the outermost layer which is a hard brownish covering, and the very next layer which is present next to the testa is the tegmen. It is a thin layer. So both are going to act as a protective layer for the seed. So here in the picture I have given you the testa and the other parts also. The next is hilum. Hilum, it is a distant whitish oval scar which is present in the concave side of the seed, which represents the spot where the ovule was attached to the ovary wall through placenta. So while the placentation process takes place, the ovule was attached to the wall of the ovary. So that attachment place is the hilum, area where seed attached to the ovary wall. That also I have mentioned here. Next is micropyle. A micropyle, it is a tiny pore situated very close to the hilum. It marks the opening through which the pollen tube had entered the ovule. So during the germination process, here the place where the pollen tube is going to enter into the embryo sac for further germination process. Okay, so it is the opening through which the pollen tube had entered the ovule. So micropyle is going to serve 2 functions mainly for the seed. One is for absorbing the water and make it available to the embryo for germination, and the next is it provides for the diffusion of respiratory gases for the growing embryo. So these are the 2 main functions carried out by micropyle. So below the seed coat there are 2 thick cotyledons which contain food for the embryo and it's protected. So on separating the 2 cotyledon you can able to see the embryo. Okay, on separating the 2 cotyledons, the embryo is seen attached to one of the cotyledon. So the embryo consists of 2 parts. One is radicle, another one is plumule. So on germination, this radicle develops as a root system and the plumule which later forms the shoot system. So the plumule consists of a short stem with a pair of tiny leaves and a growing point between them. So plumule, it is a shoot system which consists of a short stem with a pair of tiny leaves and a growing point between them. This is about the bean seed. So bean seed is a dicot seed. Since it contains 2 seed leaves, 2 cotyledons, it comes under the dicotyledon. Next is maize grain. It is an example for monocotyledon, that is it contains only 1 seed leaf and hence it is example for a monocot seed. So maize grain is actually a one-seeded fruit in which the fruit wall and the seed coat or fused together. The fruit wall plus seed coat, it forms a grain. Okay, so the fruit wall and seed coat are fused together, and therefore we call such fruits, so the fruits which are fused with the fruit wall and seed coat, such fruits are called as grains. So here the light colored oval area, which marks the location of the embryo inside. Okay, the light colored oval area marks the presence of embryo. The remaining major part of the grain consists of a large endosperm which is rich in starch. So the remaining portion, it is an endosperm which is rich in starch, and this endosperm layer and the embryonic layer is divided with a thin epithelial layer. Okay, so the endosperm and the embryonic part are divided by a thin layer, it's an epithelial layer. The outermost layer of the endosperm, is rich in protein, so that is called as alluron layer. The outermost part of the endosperm, it's covered with a layer which is rich in protein. That layer is called alluron layer. The embryo consists of a single cotyledon called scutellum. Okay, the embryo, it consists of a single cotyledon. That single cotyledon is called a scutellum. So where a radicle and a plumule is present. The radicle is towards the pointed end and it is enclosed in a protective sheath called coleorhiza. Okay, so the radicle is towards the pointed end and it is covered by a protective layer called coleorhiza. The plumule is towards the upper border side. Okay, the plumule, it goes to the upper border side of the embryonic region. The plumule which travels towards the upper embryonic region, and it is enclosed by a protective cover called coleoptile. Okay, so scutellum, coleorhiza, coleoptile, scutellum, it is a single cotyledon which is present in the embryo, which consists of radicle and plumule, and this radicle which is going to grow towards the pointed end, and it is covered by a protective sheet called coleorhiza, and the plumule which is going to grow upper border side of the embryonic region, and it is enclosed by a protective sheet called coleoptile. So here I have given you the structure. See, I have given you the notes here. Remaining part is the endosperm, and endosperm and embryonic layer, it is separated by a thin epithelial part, and this endosperm is covered by a outermost layer which is rich in protein called alluron layer. And while you are seeing in the embryo, it consists of a single cotyledon called scutellum, which contains a radicle and plumule. Radicle which towards the pointed end, it's covered by a protective sheet called coleorhiza, and plumule towards the upper border side of the embryonic region, which is covered by a protective sheet called coleoptile. So this is all about the maize grain. It's an example for a monocot seed. So this is about the structure of seed. This is your second practical. It's a second practical, the structure of seed, bean seed and maize grain. Bean seed is an example for dicotyledon, and maize grain, it is an example for a monocotyledon. The pictures are given clearly, and I've just given the points in this video. After going through this, you just go through the book. They have given you very clearly in the book, and please children, practice the diagram. The diagram is very, very important. Please practice the diagram and try to mark the parts very clearly. Okay, so very soon I'll meet you with the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.